What's up, guys? Hope this video finds you well. Got another video for you today. A little something different today. We're going to look at some of my favorite 1970s baseball cards. I know I'm not known for vintage, and these technically are, but I do have a few vintage cards here and there, and some of my favorite ones are 1970s cards. But of course, me being me, it's a little different. Not going to be seeing Ozzie Smith rookies or Mike Schmidt rookies or Molitor Trammels or Dave Winfield rookies or Nolan Ryan cards, all the stuff that we always see associated with the 1970s. Just going to look at some of my favorite stuff, some quirky stuff, some local hero stuff, just some cool buybacks and things like that. Just the favorite 1970s cards that I have in my collection. So we'll start with this one, local hero Jose Cruz, borderline Hall of Famer, definite Astros Hall of Famer, all-time Astro. But this is a buyback version, so very, very cool. I have a couple different buybacks of this, but 1975, my birth year, he was our big star back in those days. Really cool looking card. I really like that portrait. I like the colors. I like everything about it. But instead of buying a like a high grade copy, I just ran across the buybacks and couldn't pass those up. So that's definitely one of my favorites. Just being him and being that year, and the buyback kind of making it a special version of it. This is his rookie card. Now, he wasn't, of course, with the Astros yet, but here is it. I got quite a few 1972s in this stack, just the way it worked out. But he was with the Cardinals when he came up, so that is his rookie card. It's a pretty clean copy. This is the one I've had for a long time. I don't want to say childhood, but for a long time I had this one with my just Astros related stuff. I used to get all of the Astros greats. I would get their first Astros card and I would get their rookie card. And of course, if they came up with the Astros, that would be the same card. But in cases like this, it's not. But there's Jose Cruz, 1972 Topps. Beautiful card. But I ended up finding a really special one. Anytime you can find a rookie card with the buyback, that's kind of a big deal, kind of a neat thing. But I did end up finding a 50th anniversary Jose Cruz rookie card buyback. There's the stamp. Really cool. And they stamped it in a nice place in the middle of the field, not over his arm or face or name or whatever. They get really weird with these stamps sometimes, especially these 50th anniversary stamps. But that one is pretty darn clean. Normally buyback cards are pretty beat up. That's a really, really clean one. So Jose Cruz rookie card buyback version. I think that's cool. So I got the buyback of my birth year. I got the regular rookie card that I've had a long time, and then now we got the one with the buyback stamp. A little bit extra special. So that's super cool. Speaking of big time Astros and buybacks in 1972 Topps, I actually found one I did not think I would find. Here's the back. You got Bill Grief, James Rodney Richard, and Ray Busey. Now this is cool. This is cool. A J.R. Richard rookie card, buyback stamp. Now you can see poor Bill Grief. He's saying good grief. Actually looks like he's rolling his eyes there. He's rolling his eyes because he got the stamp treatment. But yeah, luckily they didn't stamp over JR, but there you go. Let's see, it's just like no matter what, they just stamped them in the same place. They didn't care. So luckily that one works out well. This one does work out well for JR because he is the main focus here. Big time Astro. Really, really a shame about that stroke. He could have been an all-time great. He and Ryan could have been the most unbelievable tandem for quite a few years there, but it is what it is. Whatever happened, happened. So can't change it, but he is a legend. He's an absolute legend, man. He could throw 100 miles an hour, strike tons of people out. He was a big, huge guy, just amazing. But J.R. Richard, I've always wanted like a nice rookie card of his, but once again, instead of just getting a higher grade copy, I found this. So this buyback version will be my special version of the rookie card. So really, really cool. A couple of Astros legends in rookie card form with the buyback. Sticking with 1972, ironically, one of my favorite cards. A lot of people's favorite image on baseball cards is the Billy Cowan 1972. Now this is a really nice copy. This should grade 8 or higher, but you know me, right now I'm not going to send it in. But the California Angels tower in the background, posed where it's a halo over his head. One of the coolest shots ever. So I had this really nice copy, a raw copy that would grade high if I were to send it in. But that's the one I thought I would just end up with. But then I ended up getting this. So I know Dylan and Shane both have one of these, but I ended up finding one. 50th anniversary. Once again, it's in that same spot. Luckily, it does not do anything bad to this picture, so that's cool. Doesn't cover up anything important. We ended up with the buyback version of the 72 Cowan, which is super, super cool. And I thought that would be the only one I would need, but then my guy Mookie Chilson showed an autograph version. And I'm like, man, now I need to have an autograph one. So I think his was ballpoint pen. I ended up finding a Sharpie one. But here we go. Let's complete the trifecta. 1972 Topps, Billy Cowan, autographed, awesome shot card. So there you go. Now I've got the triplicate there. Really nice copy, buyback copy, autograph copy. Can't beat it. That is a really, really cool trifecta. I will not need another one of those, but that's just a no-brainer, as cheap as I got those, to be able to have kind of 3 different cool versions of that thing. Just love that card anyhow, so why not have an auto, a buyback, and a really, really nice one. Incidentally, this is not a 70s card, but you know, the way he's holding, you know, way he's, you know, standing there with that photo, they actually did something in 1993 Upper Deck with Tim Salmon with a checklist. You know, kind of a modern version of that. So it's just a checklist card from 93 Upper Deck. But it's got Tim Salmon on there. And they, you know, did a similar thing. Obviously, it's not the same and all that, but it's looking up at him in the tower. But kind of cool that they did kind of a callback to that. Have the halo over his head. But yeah, just wanted to mention that card since we were talking about the Cowan. It's not part of this 70s run, but kind of related to that card, so I figured I would show that. This one is a recent pickup, or at least within the last couple months. I really like, I don't want to say flash in the pans, but I like it when you know, got the rookies that came up with all the hype. You know, the Mark the Bird Fidrich, you know, Joe Charbonneau. I just love those stories, even though some of them don't end up well. Really, really cool stuff. And one of those guys was David Clyde. He was going to be the next big thing. And he has a rookie card in 1974 Topps. That was a big deal back then. Let's look at the back here. David Eugene Clyde. He was a complete stud, but didn't work out. But here you go. I actually found a buyback version, 75th Topps anniversary buyback version of his rookie card. So like I say, when I can find actual rookie cards of guys with the buyback treatment, I think it's pretty special. Not any kind of, you know, big valuable kind of thing, but just fun and neat, and it's just a little bit more meaningful to me getting one like this that's rare than just grabbing a regular one. Used to be I would have tried to get the rarity out of just trying to find a high grade copy of this kind of thing. But these days, if I see one of these, you know, this kind of becomes my special copy. This one's actually in decent shape as well. But yeah, a buyback stamped David Clyde 1974 Topps rookie card. I just think it's cool. Another one of my favorites. Now, if you know baseball, you just love baseball, not just cards. You know about the Mendoza line. When someone's hitting poorly, and of course a lot more people are hitting around that level today than used to. It used to be a very shameful thing, but now if you can hit a bunch of home runs and hit around 200, you're in the major leagues. But striking out a bunch. But it used to be kind of a shame thing to be hitting around 200. And there was a guy named Mario Mendoza that kind of had a lifetime career average right around 200. So 200 kind of became known as the Mendoza line. And his rookie card is in 1975 Topps, my birth year. And I got a real nice copy of a mini. So here's the back. Mario Mendoza of the Mendoza line. Not the moniker you would love to have, but it makes people remember him. So, you know, they say even bad news is good news because people remember you. But Mario Mendoza, 1975 Topps Mini in a PSA 8. And it's clean. It's pretty darn centered. Not a lot of printing defects. It's a really, really nice card. I think it could go 8.5 pretty easy, but I'll take it. I just wanted a good looking copy. Mendoza line rookie card himself. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. So another little piece of baseball history that I like. I like owning that kind of thing. Now this card, this card I've shown a few times for different reasons, but this is the first time I'm showing it in this context. But the Herbert Washington, aka Herb Washington, 1975 Topps. This is the nicest condition one I've ever seen in my life. We won't talk about how they put a 7 on it in this video, but really, really awesome card. And this thing, you know, represents the only pinch runner card. And that's what's significant about this card. He's the only guy that has pinch runner on there. That's all he ever did. He never held a bat and he never had a fielding glove. So the owner of the A's wanted a fast guy. He went out and found the fastest track star. And they figured they could train him to steal bases if he was fast. They could train him on all the intricacies of the pitcher movements and all of the different things about stealing bases. If they could just find a super fast guy, just make him a pinch runner exclusively. No one else has ever really wanted to do that, but he did it. He got Herb Washington, track star extraordinaire, and signed him, and here's the card to prove it. 1975 Topps, rookie card, only pinch runner card in history, Herb Washington. Significant for that reason, and it's a very, very nice copy. Super centered, no big printing marks, just amazing, amazing card. But that one I love for that kind of reason. This next one's a fun one. 1973 Topps, Ralph Robert Scott. Now you say, why in the world would you buy a Ralph Robert Scott card? Well, a couple reasons. It's really interesting. This is a PSA 8, very, very nice copy of this one. But his nickname was Mickey, so it's Mickey Scott, Baltimore Orioles. But right here in the background, probably, you know, spring training, you got a Walt Disney World sign. They had opened Walt Disney World. It was a new phenomenon, but they have the sign advertising that. So you got the Disney sign in the background, and you got a guy named Mickey. Not like Mickey Mantle, but like Mickey Mouse. So it's kind of perfect that they have a card with the Disney World sign and a guy named Mickey. I just love stuff like that. Super cool card, just really interesting. Love stuff like that. Just quirky things. 1973 Topps, Mickey Scott. Another one of my favorite 1970s cards. Now, we talked about these guys that came up and were great rookies and great stories and all that kind of stuff. Mark the Bird Fidrich is one of them. There is the back. Really, really clean card. I got the Charbonneau in a 9. I got this one in an 8. This is still a valuable card in an 8. But absolute classic. Rookie card, rookie cup card, AL All-Star, Mark Fidrich. He was great right from the get-go. Really, really interesting personality. He would talk to himself, talk to the mound, walk around, do all kinds of crazy antics. And he was really dominant. People loved him. Really, really amazing story. And kind of ended tragic with his life ending early. But as far as the baseball part, he was a big deal. He was a big deal for a little while. So very awesome Super classic, just young, fresh-faced, smiling kid, happy to be in the big leagues. This card just kind of epitomizes that kind of thing for me. Just the hope and the greatness of baseball, and it being a boys' game, and having someone come up and just dominate immediately, have a really interesting personality that people fall in love with. That was Mark the Bird Fidrich. We talked about it before, but one of his coaches when he was younger thought he looked like Big Bird, a tall, gangly guy with hair going everywhere. Called him the Bird, and it stuck. But rest in peace, Bud. But that is a really classic card, really cool card. I wanted a really nice copy of it. Obviously, if I had a buyback or something, I would have that, but that's impossible. The next one is a really interesting one, but there's two cards. It is the 1979 Topps Bump Wills. That is Maury Wills' son. But here is Bump Wills. That's the back. Very, very cool. But this one is the error card. So they put these in packs. And I have a pair of PSA 9s. I really wanted nice ones of these. Very happy to have them. I used to have a pair of 7s. Upgraded. But Bump Wills error card was kind of a big deal. He was with the Rangers, and they just put Blue Jays right across the bottom, nice and bright. But being the best kind of error card, they corrected it, and that's what's cool. And the corrected version wasn't caught as quick, so it's actually the rarer one of the two. But same back, of course, same basic card, but they did correct the banner at the bottom. So there you got the Rangers 1975 Topps Bump Wills. He's got the fro coming out the hat. But there's the Rangers banner as it should have been. And the Blue Jays. So a couple of really nicely centered, really nice 9s. These have some value. People know about these error cards and corrected cards. And so in high grade like this, they still do have some value to them. But there you go. 1979 Topps, error and corrected in a PSA 9. Just love those cards. I love this kind of stuff. A bunch of quirky stuff, a bunch of interesting story guys in the 70s. And of course, there's tons of other great cards in the 70s. But these are kind of some of my favorite ones that I have, just for different reasons, kind of quirky reasons. But I just love baseball. I love baseball cards. I love collecting all kinds of different things. So appreciate you guys watching. I had fun putting this together. Had this stack there for a little bit, waiting for this video. Seemed to always end up doing something else first, but finally got around to it. My favorite 70s cards that are in my collection currently for kind of oddball reasons. But thank you guys. I appreciate all the kind comments. Appreciate the subs and likes. Appreciate everything you do for the community. Thanks for being awesome. See you later.